Dear students, in the previous session, we discussed about the inmates of the lunatic asylum in Pakistan and their responses to the news of the Hindustanis getting shifted to India. Today, we are meeting the central character of the story, a Sikh who had been admitted in the lunatic asylum for 15 years. He used to mutter continuously to himself, Opper di, Gurgur di, Annex di, Bay Thania di, Moong di, Dal di of Laltain. Once again, Opper di, Gurgur di, Annex di, Bay Thania di, Moong di, Dal di of Laltain. He kept saying it over and over again. Actually, we are getting a vivid, splendid, spectacular, detailed pen picture of this particular man. He slept neither at night nor during the day. According to the guards, he had not slept in all these 15 years. He did not lie down either. Sometimes he leaned against a wall, it seems. His feet and ankles were swollen from standing for so long. In spite of all the bodily discomforts, he refused to lie down. And he kept muttering, Opper di, Gurgur di, Annex di, Bay Thania di, Moong Dal di of Laltain. And sometimes the last part got changed into of the Pakistan government. The author says that was the usual gibberish, the meaningless utterance. He was murmuring. That was his usual response to whichever question asked to him. Later on, the Pakistan government, the last part of the gibberish, was replaced by of the Toba Tek Singh government. And now he began asking people where Toba Tek Singh was, because he belonged to that particular place, Toba Tek Singh. And nobody could answer him properly because nobody was sure about the correct location. Whoever tried landed in more confusion. And at that time, it had been rumored that Sialkot, which was once in Hindustan, was now in Pakistan. And nobody was sure about the boundaries, the correct location of places. The author says, Saadat Hasan Manto says, who could say where Lahore, which was in Pakistan today, would be tomorrow? And was there anyone who could guarantee that both Pakistan and Hindustan would not disappear someday? A very important point he brings to our attention. He gives to our thought. How ridiculous, how wasteful an exercise it is to draw and redraw boundaries in a place where we cannot even claim the ownership. There is a poem which I remember now. which I learned when I was a student, a Malayalam one. അനന്തമജ്ഞാതം അവർണ്ണനീയം ഈ ലോകഗോളം തിരിയുന്ന മാർഗം അതിങ്കലെങ്ങാണ്ടൊരിടത്തിരുന്നു നോക്കുന്ന മർത്യൻ കഥ എന്തു കണ്ടു. However developed is the technology, however advanced we are today, we cannot predict or we cannot correctly say how this universe is moving or what will happen tomorrow. We cannot even guarantee our next moment, our existence in the coming moments. In such a situation, how meaningless it is to draw and redraw boundaries according to the will and wish of the so-called policy makers, politicians, and how meaningless it is to separate man from man. It's a relevant thought which Saadat Hasan Manto gives to his readers. Now, let's come back to the man, the Sikh. His kesh had become thin and straggly, and his beard and his kesh had become glued together, and his appearance was strange. In spite of all this, he was a very good man, a harmless man. In 15 years, he had not even once been involved in a brawl with another inmate. The guards knew that he was from Toba Tek Singh, and that's all they knew about him. He was a landowner over there. And now he started asking them where the place actually is. One fine day, he became insane, and his relatives had bound him with iron chains and brought him to the asylum and admitted him over there. They visited him once every month. They inquired about his well-being, gave him some gifts including sweets and fresh clothes, and until these political disturbances began, they continued to visit him, and the visits stopped after the disturbances began. The man's name was Bishan Singh, but now, since this man was always speaking about Toba Tek Singh, people began to call him by that name, Toba Tek Singh. The passage of time had no influence on him, but something, a little voice in him, told him about the visits of his relatives, it seems. He used to tell the guards beforehand about the visits he expected. And he would take bath, he would dress up properly, and he would get ready to meet his relatives. During the visit, he kept quiet, and occasionally he muttered, Opar di, Gurgur di, Annex di, Beithania di, Moong dal di of Laltain. The usual gibberish, meaningless utterings. He had a daughter, it seems. She is grown up now. When she was a child, she used to cry seeing her father. And now she continued to cry seeing him after becoming a grown-up daughter. When the disturbances began, Bishan Singh started asking the people where Toba Tek Singh was. And when nobody gave him a satisfactory answer, his curiosity increased. More about Bishan Singh and his response towards the news of his being shifted to Hindustan in the next session. Till then, take care. Bye.